Hello, gorgeous. It's Lala Kent. We're back with the Give Them Lala podcast bonus episode. I have Teresa Giudice, and we are going to deep dive into the questions that I asked you guys on Give Them Lala pod on IG. Hi, babe. Welcome back.
Honey. Thank you.
All right. The first question, where do you stand with Tiffany after House of Villains?
We made up. She said sorry to me. She said sorry on the show.
Okay.
And then we were fine. I mean, I still was like, a little like, I was like, my poor honey always has to get like blamed, Yeah, because you know what Louis told me? He's like, babe, I'm getting DMs. They're like, I can't believe you cheated on Teresa. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, poor guy. It's like, I'm like, let me just put it out there. If he was cheating on me, he would not be here. He's not, Yeah.
No, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, so it's so sad. But just because she said it, now my poor husband's getting DMs that he cheated on me. And it's
what? That's the worst thing is there's so many times where it's like, okay, even if someone says it, let's just say it's something huge, right? And it's like, okay, well, hello, defamation of character. It's like, it doesn't matter. Once it's out there.
That's my point. Exactly.
It's out there.
Exactly. So that's what I said to her. Like, you shouldn't have said that. But whatever, I guess she wanted, she wanted to try to get a moment with Teresa Giudice. Like, everyone tries to do that, and I wasn't going to give it to her.
You make everybody relevant.
You weren't going to give it to her. What was the truth behind the flowers that were sent? Is what someone's asking.
Just said he missed me. Like, Lala, he missed me. Like, we were. I mean, that was like last year. So we were only married over a year, and like we love being with each other, and. So he's
your best friend.
Yeah, he really is. No, like I actually love being with my husband. Like we have the best time, and I have a tattoo.
So rare for people to say. Wait, you have a tattoo of what?
I have a tattoo on the side that says Sampany and Zammy. That means always together. It's on my parents' mausoleum. That means because my parents were always together, Sampany and Zammy. And then right underneath it, I have 333. When my dad was passing, I went to talk to a medium, and my mom was giving me signs of threes. So I knew my dad was going to pass away with a 3 in it, and he did. He passed away April 3rd. My mom passed away March 3rd. I met Louis 3 months after my dad passed. My dad was with me 3 years after my mom passed. My parents got married in 3 months. Everything is threes.
That's your number.
Yeah, so I have it tattooed 333. And then Louis sent me 333 roses, and he said, "Hey,
holy shit, that's a lot of roses."
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah, 2 people had to carry like Safari and I think Jesse had to carry that inside. It was huge.
You know what? I'm not going to accept any man who doesn't send me that number of roses. Right?
So that's why when like I didn't know it was gonna make some people in the house mad or like
you found you're in your love bubble. People try to burst it.
Yeah,
I won't try to burst it. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. So that's why he just sent me flowers because he missed me, and he also got me a Chanel bag and sent that also. But that was another time. I don't know if they're going to show that on there. And I didn't even show Tiffany.
No wonder these hoes are mad.
Yeah, I didn't even show Tiffany that because I was like, I'm not even going to show it to her because like people are going to think that I'm like trying to brag or anything. But I just showed Larsa,
Larsa will appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for being a girl mom? This woman's struggling being a girl mom. I would like this advice too.
Yeah, I know it's hard. Like I only know, like, see, to me, that's all I know because I'm a girl mom. And to me, I feel like I know everyone always tells me like being a boy mom is so much easier. I know because the girls, the time of the month, and they get bitchy and moody. And I don't know. I always do it with a smile on my face. Like with my daughters, like. I know they know how much I love them and like adore them. And like, I don't know, like, it's like when you're a mom, like just be happy. Like, yeah, like, don't be bitchy to your daughters, or if they are, just say, okay, you know what, or just try to ask them like what's wrong or something. Cause you know what, nowadays, high school and even middle school, it's hard. Like you have these other kids that are so judgmental and like, they say the nastiest thing just because if you're too pretty or maybe if you're not, and it's like it's like so sad to me that I see what goes on in high school, high school, middle school, that,
Right.
sometimes we don't even know like what our kids are going through. So like try to make the door open that if they are struggling with something that they could speak to you and they could tell you about it.
I agree. Creating the safe space. My biggest thing is, with my girls, the world is going to toughen them up. I don't need to toughen them up. The world is going to do that for me. And creating that safe space.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, and it is very unfortunate. And
Yeah.
then the social media aspect comes in, and it absolutely terrifies me.
Yes.
My thing with Ocean, she's 3.5. She'll be 4 in March. But I'm
I
like,
love that.
she gets moody already, and I'm like, I can handle the moods. What I can't deal with is when she kind of takes on a little bit of boy energy and wants to like kick my walls or throw shit in the house. That's when I'm like, oh my God, this is hard. I don't know that I could be a boy
Then you
mom.
have to give her time out. Give her time out. And like maybe
Teresa, you would die at my house. I tell her, I'm like, listen, kid, I will check you the next time you do this. And she tells me, I'm going to check you the next time you talk to me that way. I'm like, oh my God, it's like I'm in a battle with myself. I cannot do this.
Yeah, I mean, Melania was my third one, was the one that used to test me. Yeah, she would run away from me in stores and stuff. Oh my God, it's like that. It's like they always say you have one. So yeah, like one's going to listen to you, the other one's not. You just got to have a lot of patience, unfortunately. Yeah. A lot of patience.
Melania has such a soft spot in my heart. What a vibe. Calling her dad a troll.
I know. Oh my God, Lala, do you remember all that? I couldn't even, when I was filming and the things that used to come out of her mouth, I'm like, what is she saying? I didn't even, I was like, oh my God. Like, yeah.
By the way, 10 out of 10. Excellent parenting, excellent entertainment. I mean, she's got a mind. She's had it, and I'm sure she's still this way. A mind of her own, a mouth that she's not afraid to use. It's what we try to instill in our girls, and Melania is just freaking born with it. It's like, what more could you ask for? I may not like that she's saying these things, but in the real world, this will come in handy.
Yeah, no, that's definitely Melania. She's the one that stands out. Yeah, it's crazy. Her and Gia are more alike, and Gabriella and Adriana are more alike. Gabriella and Adriana are the quieter ones, and then Gia and Melania are more outspoken.
Yes. I love that, though, an equal balance. Someone wants to know, can you please clear up how you say your last name? Is it Giudice or Giudice?
I mean, both. Giudice is more Italian. Giudice is the American way. It's just easy.
Butchered American.
Do you care? Do you care either or?
I always say Giudice. That's what Joe used to always say, and that's what I said too. It's his last name. So yeah. So
legally, have you taken on Louis' name?
No, Luis said, babe, keep your name. He's like, everybody knows you as Teresa Giudice.
Yeah, and it's probably easier to have the same last name as your kids.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I thought that was sweet of him too to say that. So I was like, okay, I was fine with that,
Yeah, because some men are funny about it, and I'm like, it's just a fucking name.
Right.
Yeah, and he was like, he's not macho like that. He's like, baby, everybody knows you as Teresa Giudice, and just stay like that. And I'm like, okay.
A confident man.
Yeah, I love a confident man.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to. Well, I've already changed my name once. I really can't go through it again. Give Them Lala is sponsored by Aura Frames. Okay, so most of you know my mom, Lisa. She's been on the pod a bunch, and we talk about her all the time. So it shouldn't be a surprise to you to find out that she's not the most tech savvy, and you already know that I'm not either. That's why Aura's digital frame is the perfect gift for me and her. And that's because it's so easy to use. It takes like 2 minutes to set up when you use the Aura app, and then you can upload photos right from your phone in just one click. Yes, you can actually send the pictures to the frame from your phone. And the Aura frame will even pair photos together. So I can put pictures of Ocean and Sosa side by side on the frame. My mom is going to think I'm a tech genius when she opens that Aura frame. There's no memory cards or USBs required. So save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code LALA at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code LALA. This deal is exclusive to listeners, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply. We've all been there, spending more than we should during the holidays. Sometimes it's hard to not throw the budget out the window on the ones we love the most. But you can take more control of your finances by using a Chime checking account with features like no monthly or maintenance fees, fee-free overdraft up to $200, or getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit for those who qualify. And let me tell you about Chime's Spot Me feature. Just set up a direct deposit in your Chime account, and after you make a qualifying direct deposit of $200 or more, you can enroll in Spot Me. Chime will spot you up to $200 on debit card purchases and cash withdrawals, and then your next deposit is applied to your negative balance. And Chime never charges overdraft fees for using Spot Me. To date, Chime has helped Spot members over $32 billion in transactions through Spot Me. Friends give friends a boost, so enjoy the holidays while keeping your financial goals on track with Chime. Open your account in about 2 minutes at chime.com/Lala. That's chime.com/Lala. Chime. Feels like progress. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank, N.A. or Stride Bank, N.A. Members FDIC. Spot Me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Direct deposit timing depends on submission of payment file. Boosts are available to eligible Chime members enrolled in Spot Me and are subject to monthly limits. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs and for OTC withdrawals. Terms and conditions apply. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details. Biggest reason for thankfulness and then your biggest regret. Like when you look at your life, what do you look at and you go, I'm the most thankful for this thing. And then do you have any regrets in your 17 years of being on our TVs?
All right. I'm really grateful for my beautiful 4 daughters. Like,
right?
I'm so proud of them. They make me proud every day. And I always tell them, just please always love each other. You know, until I'm alive, you guys better always love each other. And I see, like, I'm just very proud of them. So my 4 daughters, and what I regret in life, I wish I would have never signed that paper that Joe told me to sign. Yeah. Yeah.
How has that, like, I'm sure now you've got a stack of lawyers. Like, I'm sure they're combing through every single document that comes across your desk.
Well, I mean, I have that Jim Leonard that, that he was on the show. Like he's always has my back, and that everyone sees that he has my back. And I think people get jealous that he has my back so much, but he does look out for me, and that's his job,
Was he the one, how long has he been with you? Because by the way, his vibe is fucking awesome.
Thank you. I mean, guess how I found him? Like, and I didn't even want him. When I was, because listen, he was Kathy and Melissa's lawyer.
Oh shit.
Yes. And then I was going to jail, and I was going to do a 2255. That's like if you go in front of the judge again and ask to like re-sentence you. It's called a 2255. So at the time, Joe had this friend that he represented, that Jim represented. And they're like, you should use this attorney. I'm using him. So I met him and I gave him an attitude. And I'm like, Joe, why are you bringing him here? I don't want to use him. He's Melissa's and Kathy's attorney. I want nothing to do with him. So I gave Joe I don't know. We just clicked after that. And I really didn't want to use him. And he tried to help me, but we couldn't do it 2255. But anyway, and Jim was the one that brought me to jail. And he couldn't believe that, like, I didn't even cry. He's like, I've never seen anybody like you. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, and I just said goodbye to him. I'm like, I got this. I'm to just tell my family I'm going to be fine. And that was it. And like, and ever since then, he's been by my side. He's pretty amazing. Yeah.
He seems amazing. Did you have nights where you would sob in jail?
No.
You kept it together.
Yeah, I would cry just like I miss my kids, like to myself. And then when I would walk the track, I would be like, God, really? Like, why did I have to be here? Like, seriously? I would ask him questions like that. Like, what kind, I know you're trying to show me something. Like, what are you trying to show me? And
I'm teaching you to read, bitch.
Yeah.
Read.
Well, I wrote my book. Turning the Tables, while I was in there, and I came out. It was a New York Times bestseller. But I was like, okay, I didn't need all this time to do that. But
You're like, I could have written this not in jail.
yeah,
But okay.
But you know what? I guess. And then I was like, are you trying to give me a break? I get it. I have 4 kids. Maybe he's trying to give me a break. And I was like,
vacation.
All right. I'm like, exactly. I'm like, I didn't need this kind of break. But then I finally got my answer. I was like, I guess because I probably would have never left Joe. And really, Joe was not my guy. Like, because I see the love that I have with Louie and the love that I have with Joe. It's so different. I always say to my kids, I'm like, I was supposed to have my kids with Joe because we made beautiful daughters. But my guy's Louie. Like, so I think we kind of got ripped apart because he got deported. And and like I tried. I went to Italy to see him. That happened on there was a show.
I know, and it was that's so crazy because I'm remembering this. And when you left, you said you didn't feel anything that you used to feel.
Yeah, like when I saw him, as soon as I saw him, like, if you see someone and you haven't seen him in 3 years and 8 months, because he stayed in ICE for 8 months more trying to fight it. And then he finally gave up. So he had a 3-year sentence and he stayed 8 months longer. So I saw him after 3 years and 8 months. And I didn't even go see him that much there because I just didn't like visiting that place,
Yeah.
My kids went more with his mom and his sister. And anybody that would go, I would send my kids with them. I just didn't like going there. I just hated it because I just got out of there. I didn't want to go there. I didn't see him that much. And I used to tell him, don't come see me because I didn't like that. I didn't like being in that room. Like I'd rather talk to people on the phone,
Totally.
But he came every single weekend, with my kids, and he cried every single weekend he came to see me, because he, I guess he, obviously he felt bad. He did try to take responsibility, but they weren't having that, of course they wanted to make an example out of me.
Right. Of course.
But that was it. And that's what he kept saying. He's like, they want you more than they want me. And he's like, you didn't even do anything. And I was like, oh, like, but anyway, I think I finally got my answer. Like, I would have probably not left, so we kind of got ripped apart. So I think that's why I had to go through, unfortunately, sometimes you don't understand why we have to go through things in life.
Yeah.
But I had to go through that in order, to find like the person that I feel like that I really am supposed to be with, which is, Louie. Like, I feel like I thought he was called my soulmate. I talked to this other psychic. She's like, he's your twin flame. And I was like, oh, that makes sense, because she said you have to go through a lot of souls to find your twin flame. So I feel like, and we're so much alike. Like, we like the same things. Like, me and Joe didn't like the same things. We were like opposites. It's like so crazy.
Ready to elevate your shopping experience? Then tune in to Amazon Live. For those of you who don't know Amazon Live, it's a shoppable video experience on Amazon where you can learn about the hottest products from influencers and creators like me and shop while you're watching. On my channel, you'll find cruelty-free beauty must-haves, my go-to parenting products, basic wardrobe essentials, and my favorite things for Ocean and Sosa. I've even shared the cutest accessories and jewelry, and I wear a lot of my favorite finds on the show. On Amazon Live, you can ask questions in the live chat and have fun with whoever is streaming. They have really, really fun people, you guys. You can tune into Kyle Richards and Paige DeSorbo, and of course, me. I actually just finished my new Amazon Live series called Mama Still Got It. It's where we bring a mix of hilarious personal stories, some solid parenting advice, and really fun interactive segments with special guests from my pod like Christina Kelly and Michelle Lally. During Mama Still Got It and my other Amazon Lives, I share a lot about myself as a single mom to my 2 beautiful girls and my family pod that helps me do it all. My brother Easton often joins me during my lives, Ocean pops in, and of course the star of the show, my mother. We also have a blast just like we do on the Give Them Lala podcast. Amazon Live is the perfect partnership for me as the Amazon family that I have created has been really, really pulling through for me, especially during motherhood. I've built an incredible community there. Everyone has been so sweet and supportive, and it's an incredibly positive environment. So head to Amazon.com/Lala Live, where you'll find all the episodes of my Amazon Live series, Mama Still Got It. For a limited time, use promo code Lala Live for $5 off an eligible product featured on my series. Promotion expires on December 22nd, 2024. There are limited supply of goods. Terms and conditions apply. For full promotion terms and conditions, go to Amazon.com/Lala Terms. You're such a lover, and Juicy Joe, I only know what I saw on TV, but I'm happy that you found someone who babies you, because you have to take on and I know that this is antiquated, but you have to take on an alpha, more masculine role, because no matter how hard we try to fight to be equal, right? It's usually looked at like the man does this and the woman does this. Except when we're in roles like the two of us, Teresa, we really have to step into alpha energy. And sometimes you just want to be done. And I'm so happy that you can now, when it's time to come home and cameras are down, you're not in the forefront of anything. Be with a man who babies you and makes you find the femininity again.
Yeah, you know what? Nobody ever said it that way. You're right. Because then that's what Louis does to me. Like, he gives me a lot of attention. And I like that. Like, I like attention. Like, Joe never told me I was pretty. I mean, I used to like get dressed up for him. I'm like, do you like what? And he like, yeah, true. Yeah. Like, just like he didn't know how to show love, and it's like,
right.
Maybe some girls don't need that, but I like that. I like a lot of attention, and Louis definitely gives me a lot of attention, and that's what I like. And I give it to him right back. So
of course,
and I remember with Joe, it was always one-sided. Like, I would always like give him more attention, and I'm sure he loved that, and he wouldn't give it to me back. And so I was missing that part, I mean, he was a good husband. Like, he didn't treat me bad or anything. Like, a few times he said stupid things on the show that I couldn't even believe it, that I was just like, you don't even talk like that to me. He never said the things that he said on the show, believe it or not. Like, when drinking and cameras are around, sometimes you say stupid things, He called me, see you next Tuesday. And I was shocked.
In the vineyard.
Yes, Lala. And he was drinking so much. And he's never, you understand, Andy Cohen, I said to him, you guys edit that in. I was fighting with that. I was like, there's no way. Joe said that. I'm like, because if you guys call each other names, meaning like you and your spouse, you know what name he calls you. Like, he's never said that word. Like, see you next Tuesday. He's never said that word. So I was like, there's no way he said that, because that's not a word that we use with each other.
You're like, this is some AI shit.
Yes. I was like, and they're like, Teresa, I'm telling you, he said it. And then when I saw it, my mouth dropped, and like, he was talking to someone, obviously. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I even asked him till today. I'm like, were you talking to a girl? Just freaking admit it now. We're not even together. We're divorced. And he's like, now. He still denies it till today.
What do you think? Do you think he's dying on that hill? Do you think it was a girl?
I think it was a girl. Yeah, I think it was. But he says no. He's like, no. He's like, well, it was my worker. But I'm like, why would you say that? But whatever.
Do you think that he was unfaithful to you now?
Well, I did find a phone that he was calling someone, which he told me. I found the phone. He said, well, he's like, I'm talking to her because, he's like, it was his friend, but then meanwhile, I think something was going on. And like, I guess I believed him, because I asked the girl at the time too, and she denied it. So I don't know. I mean, this is the thing. If I was banging a guy, I would say I'm banging him. Yes, I am. He's cheating on you. I'm banging him. But like, there was these two girls that I thought he was doing something with, and I asked them both, and they both denied it.
Okay, but you're intimidating. These women probably have seen you on a show for a very...
If I was doing it, I would say, yes, bitch, I'm doing it. Yes, I'm with your husband. I'm with him. Like,
because you're coming from a place of being Teresa Giudice. These women aren't Teresa Giudice. They could potentially be on the other side of Teresa. I don't want that smoke.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be the other side. I'd be like, you could have them. Bye. You could have them. Like,
Thank you.
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. Yes, exactly. I wouldn't have did anything to them. I just wanted to know the truth. I even said, I was like, I just, and they both denied it. So it's like, when you have kids, unless you have the proof, it's like, what was I going to tell my kids? Like, oh, I thought something was happening, but it wasn't. So it's like, I needed proof, in order to walk away, and I didn't have it,
Yeah. It always comes back to the proof. They need evidence.
Well, because then it's easier to walk away when you don't have the proof and someone else is telling you, or you think it's true, and then you ask, and then they say no, it's not true. Then it's like, how do you go by that? It's like then your kids are going to question you. So what happened, mommy? Why'd you guys get divorced? It's like you got to. I don't know. I always thought about that. It's like I always wanted to have the proof in order, if I was going to walk away. Otherwise, then your kids could blame you. Oh, you broke up. It's all your fault, mommy. Or, I don't know. I always thought about that too,
That's when I would say, they'd say, do you have proof? I would have said, only my gut.
I know.
No, but did your gut tell you that something was off with him?
Well, yeah, I did feel something. I did. Like that's why I questioned those two girls,
Yeah.
I felt something, but they denied it and there was nothing I could do about it, and then
right, exactly.
And I had little kids at the time. So it's like, I guess whatever. Listen, you can't go back in time.
No, you can't. And by the way, Teresa, one different move, a part of your entire story, one wrong move. Or different. We'll say different. Your whole life would be different. You would never be with Louis. You wouldn't experience the things you're experiencing. And I truly believe that. And when you walk through life and it doesn't make sense, and I was questioning God last week, being like, dude, you ain't real. All right? Like, you're pissing me off. What the fuck is this? And then I lay in my bed and I'm like, God, I'm sorry if you're there.
Yeah, I
apologize for questioning you.
I went back to church. So go back to church. Try to, I think he does help, because I was mad at him for a while too. So, and now I made up
like
with
you
him.
saying, walking around the track, asking him like, what is this? What are you trying to teach me? And it's like you said, there will always come a time that it does make sense.
Yeah, it does.
And
that's the only thing only one thing I regret, which I tell my kids too. It's like, I feel like remember that letter, the Scarlet Letter?
The Scarlet Letter. Yeah, totally.
It's like people judge me just because I went to jail. And it's just like, they don't know the truth. Like I know I didn't commit a crime, and it's sad.
There wasn't like intention behind what you did.
Right.
Yeah.
The crime wasn't intentional.
But it's sad because like all my business deals went to shit at the time when that happened. It was like I was booming. I was on fire. And then all that happened. It was like, psh, But then thank God I came back again. But it was just hard, And then even I felt bad that my kids had to go through that. That's, them being judged by other people, kids at school, and then their parents talking, like that's sad to me. I wish my kids didn't have to go through that because that was really hard. And that's why my kids are so strong the way they are, because they know who their mommy is, And
of course.
So
the rest of the world who's judging you, there are times where I'm like, are you saying unkind things because you believe them, or are you just know that this will hurt my feelings? Like, I don't think, Teresa, when people start calling you criminal, I don't think that they believe you're a criminal. I think people know the truth, right? I think they're just trying to hurt you because it's really hard. People find it, we talked about this on the podcast a few weeks ago, that your success they take as a personal insult when it's not. So it's the only thing they can put out there that makes them feel better about where you are in life.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. So that's why I like laugh at that when people call me a criminal or anything, or click. I'm like, what? I never even knew what click was. I was like,
I just learned that.
Yeah. I was like, okay. Like, it's just funny to me, but it's just that when, as a mom, like you don't want your kids to ever hurt. And like, I feel bad, like for my kids, like, I don't care. I'll take all the bullets you want to throw at me, but for my kids, like it was hard, it was hard for them to go through what they had to go through, So.
I adore you as a mama. Like you really are. It's been such an amazing thing to watch your kids from, the time they were young children, and just the way that you getting Ford girls ready and decked to the nines, by the way, on top of yourself.
I used to always worry about, they were to perfection. And then with me, I would rush myself, but I would always
but
make
you
sure they
also
looked
looked perfect.
Thank you. I tried, but I always made sure they looked great. And then I would rush myself. And yeah, because I would do everything. Joe would not help me with nothing.
Yeah.
It was always on me. I used to do everything.
He would just yell shirtless at the top of the stairs, Melania,
I know.
you get your ass in your room and put your bow in. He was great television. I want to know before we sign off, what are your girls? What's the your girls? Do they have a favorite meal that you make?
Yeah, they like.
I got a lot of questions about your cooking.
Yeah, they have 4 cookbooks, and then Melania loves steak pizzaiola, and it's like a steak in with plum tomatoes.
Oh,
Like
yum.
and then I make it over white rice, and then they also love tagliatelle, like the spinach and the white. I make it with peas and ham. I dice up the ham and then peas with pecorino romano cheese, and it's delicious.
My mouth is
It's in my
watering.
cookbook, yeah. And
I'm
Skinny
ordering
Italian.
your cookbook.
Skinny Italian. And
Skinny
Fabulous.
Italian. That's is Fabulicious the first one?
No, Skinny Italian's the first one.
Did both of those? How many books have you had on the New York Times bestseller list?
I have 3 cookbooks and 1 memoir, so I'm a 4 times New York Times bestselling author.
Hey, congratulations.
What does that feel like? Because I know what it feels like to have someone call you and tell you that you're not that.
Yeah, very proud. I'm very proud of that. Yeah, so that's like a really big accomplishment, like having 6 books, 4 times on the New York Times bestseller. I love doing my Super Bowl commercial. When I did that with Dak Prescott, that was so much fun.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
And your body is sick, Tree. I know that it's 2024.
Hello,
and we're not
look who's
supposed to
talking.
comment. No,
You're
but I mean,
still-
it's high. Your body is high level. Like whatever you're doing in the gym is what I need to take on. And again, I know we're not supposed to comment on people's bodies in this day and age, but I'm going to, because your ass in those fucking football pants. I was like, are you joking me right now?
Yeah, I work out with a trainer, and then I do Pilates. Pilates is great. Yeah, but your body's amazing too. You have a sick body. You look beautiful.
I appreciate that, and I'm going to let you say that to me because I don't have a man to tell me how sick my body is. So I will take it from you.
Now I'm sure you need to just go out
We'll
there.
get there.
Remember we were talking. You got to get out there.
I talked to Teresa on the phone the other day, and I was asking her about Safari because I'm like, I got to get him on the pod. And she was like, you like him? I was like, no, Teresa. I'm looking for men who don't want to swing their dick all over town. So, yes, I do want you to hit him up, though, because I'm dying to put him on this podcast and ask him all the questions in the world.
Okay, yeah, he would definitely do it. Yeah, he's awesome.
Well, you're
you want me to,
amazing.
You want me to link you guys up? I will.
Link it up. I'm just looking for a quick chat on the pod.
Yeah,
beautiful. And if I'm feeling horny that day, we'll just see where the pod takes us.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I'm the queen of being inappropriate in front of people. Teresa, thank you for doing my bonus episode. I really appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And you guys, thank you for listening to another bonus episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Enjoy. The YouTube video is up now. Enjoy that. And I will catch you on Wednesday for the regular old episode. Bye. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Did I get all 3? I'm getting really good at that.